Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Tuesday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today. Starting with the Chicago Cubs versus the Detroit Tigers. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -120. Detroit plus 100 with the over-under at 9. Cubs coming into this matchup 65 and 59. The Tigers 57 and 68. Pitching for the Cubs is Drew Smyly with an ERA of 5.15. Pitching for the Tigers is Reese Olson with an ERA of 4.83. Smyly, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Olson, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Cubs beating Detroit yesterday 7-6. They're on a 3-game winning streak right now. 10-4 on the road, playing well on the road here. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs, and yeah, Smyly, it's been rough for him on the mound here. Still gonna lean with the Cubs on the road here. I think the over is probably a good play. Both pitchers giving up a lot. I'm gonna lean with Chicago on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at -260. Colorado plus 210 with the over-under at 9. Rockies coming into this matchup 48 and 76. The Rays 75 and 51. Pitching for the Rockies is Ty Blatch with an ERA of 4.14. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Littell with an ERA of 3.99. Blatch, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Littell, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rockies coming off a White Sox loss. Rays coming off an Angels win here. Rockies are 1-5 on the road against Tampa Bay, where they have struggled. They've been very bad on the road here. I like the Rays here. Good spot for them against a struggling Rockies team, and I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home. Next matchup, we've got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates opening up as home favorites at -130. The Cardinals plus 110 with the over-under at 10. Pitching for the Cardinals is Adam Wainwright with an ERA of 8.42. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 4.55. Wainwright, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Cardinals, coming off a bad pit loss yesterday, 11-1. They just did not look good yesterday. They're 0-5 on the road against the Pirates here. Wainwright has not been good on the mound here. And I don't know. I just don't trust the Cardinals here. And I'm going to take the Pirates at home. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at -115. Toronto plus 105 with the over-under at 8. Toronto coming into this matchup 69 and 56. Baltimore 77 and 47. Pitching for Toronto is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 3.44. Pitching for Baltimore is Grayson Rodriguez with an ERA of 5.44. Kikuchi, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Toronto coming off back-to-back Reds wins. Baltimore coming off an Oakland 3-game sweep. Pretty even pitching matchup. Kikuchi been very good on the mound. Only giving up 3 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound here. I think they're a good underdog today. And I'm going to take Blue Jays plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -180. Washington plus 150 with the over-under at 8.5. Washington coming into this matchup 57-68. The Yankees 60-64. Pitching for the Nationals is Josiah Gray with an ERA of 3.96. Pitching for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 7.33. Gray, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Rodon, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Washington coming off a Philly win. I mean, they're 7-3 in their last 10. They're playing pretty well right now. Yankees, they are on an 8-game losing streak right now. It's a bad stretch for the Yankees. And, yeah, I simply just don't trust the Yankees here. And I'd much rather take the Nationals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Cleveland Guardians. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 200. Cleveland plus 170 with the over-under at 9. Dodgers coming into this matchup 76-47. The Cardinals 59-66. Pitching for the Dodgers is Bobby Miller with an ERA of 3.70. Pitching for the Guardians is Noah Syndergaard with an ERA of 6.57. Miller, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Syndergaard, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Angels, on a 2-game winning streak right now. I'm sorry, not the Angels, the Dodgers coming off back-to-back Miami wins. They're 9-1 in their last 10. Still very hot right now. Cleveland coming off back-to-back Detroit losses. The Dodgers are 5-1 on the road against Cleveland here. Miller been great on the mound, only giving up 2 runs in his last 3 starts here. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Dodgers on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 220. The Mets plus 180 with the over-under at 11. Mets coming into this matchup 59-67. The Braves 80-44. Pitching for the Mets is Tyler Megill with an ERA of 5.53. Pitching for the Braves is Bryce Elder with an ERA of 3.46. Megill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Elder, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Mets beating the Braves yesterday 10-4. Big underdog win for the Mets there. They are just 1-7 on the road against Atlanta. 3-12 against the Braves here. Elder coming off a 0-run game. I just don't love the Mets to go back-to-back, especially on the road against the Braves here. And I'm going to take the Braves at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 145. Boston plus 125 with the over-under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 66-59. Houston 71-55. Pitching for Boston is Tanner Houck with an ERA of 5.05. Pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 3.36. Houck, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Verlander, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Boston, coming off a Houston loss yesterday, 9-4. A tough loss for Boston yesterday. Pretty even pitching matchup as of late here. I think I'm going to have to lean with the Astros at home. Looked good yesterday, and I'm going to roll with Houston in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Minnesota Twins versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Twins opening up as road favorites at minus 110. The Brewers plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Twins coming into this matchup 65-60. The Brewers 68-57. Pitching for the Twins is Bailey Ober with an ERA of 3.40. Pitching for the Brewers is Wade Miley with an ERA of 3.05. Ober, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Miley, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Twins, coming off a pit win. Milwaukee coming off a 3-game Rangers sweep. Yeah, I think the Brewers are a good underdog today, and I'll take Brewers plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Chicago White Sox. Seattle opening up as road favorites at minus 160. The White Sox plus 135 with the over-under at 8.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 70-55. The White Sox 49-76. Pitching for Seattle is Brian Wu with an ERA of 4.75. Pitching for the White Sox is Mike Clevinger with an ERA of 3.26. Wu, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Clevinger, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Seattle on a 7-game win streak, beating the White Sox 14-2 yesterday. They're playing very well right now. White Sox 3-7 in their last 10 here. Seattle 5-0 on the road. And yeah, I'm going to roll with the Mariners on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 145. The Reds plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Reds coming into this matchup 64-61. The Angels 61-64. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA of 4.89. Pitching for the Angels is Lucas Giolito with an ERA of 4.44. Ashcraft, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Giolito, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Reds coming off back-to-back Toronto losses. Angels coming off a bad Tampa Bay loss. The Reds, they've struggled against the Angels. 0-6 on the road against the Angels here. Giolito really hasn't been that good on the mound this season. And I still think Reds are a good underdog. And I'm going to take Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Miami plus 150 with the over-under at 7.5. Marlins coming into this matchup 64-62. The Padres 60-66. Pitching for the Marlins is Jesus Luzardo with an ERA of 4.13. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 2.65. Luzardo, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Snell, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Miami losing to the Padres yesterday 6-2. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. They are just 1-4 against the Padres, where they have struggled a bit. Luzardo giving up a lot of runs here, coming off a 5, 7, and 4 run game here. Blake Snell been pretty solid, and I think I'm going to roll with the Padres at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Rangers plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 72-53. Arizona 65-61. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray with an ERA of 3.38. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 3.17. Gray, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Rangers on a 5-game losing streak, losing to Arizona yesterday. Arizona on a 3-game winning streak. 8-2 in their last 10. They are playing well right now. Pretty even pitching matchup. I still think Rangers are a great underdog here, and I'm going to take Texas plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 135. The Giants plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Giants coming into this matchup 65 and 60. The Phillies 68 and 57. Pitching for the Giants is Kyle Harrison. Looks like he's getting his first start of the season here. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 4.10. Walker, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Giants coming off a Phillies loss yesterday, 10-4. Nice win at home for the Phillies here. They're 7-3 at home where they do play well. Walker been pretty, he's been okay. But with the new pitcher on the mound for the Giants here, I think I'm going to roll with the Phillies at home. In the last matchup, we've got the Kansas City Royals versus the Oakland Athletics. Oakland opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Royals plus 110 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 40 and 87. Oakland 35 and 90. Pitching for the Royals is Zach Greinke with an ERA of 5.53. I currently don't know who's pitching for Oakland, so be sure to check that when that does get listed. Greinke, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Royals on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Oakland yesterday 6-4. Just an ugly matchup. I mean, Oakland 2-8 in their last 10. Really don't think anyone out here should be betting on the Royals and the A's. So if I had to pick, I'd take a shot with the Royals plus 1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.